Here comes the lamb. Walking while giving birth. Almost there. Boom, landed. That's a lot of ants. Didn't think I'd be mustering sheep with a whole truck, but it's all we had. This will be interesting. She has risen from the grave. Look at that. Ooh! That was all differential right there and suspension. Same thing here. Wow, that was wild. Check out my new bed buddy. He's been kamikazing into the light bulb 3 times. Look at the antennae on that. And I've got an even bigger creature to show you tomorrow. Get ready for a proper freakish Australian video. Keyword, spiders. I almost walked into this thing yesterday. Look at the size of that. Oh, it's moving. Alright, I've got my can of... Come on, pull focus. There we go. Look at the size of it. I don't know what kind of spider it is, but they're massive. Excuse me guys, but I'm gonna need this motorcycle today. Toodles. Buddy. Okay, goodbye. Hello Internet, I'm bored out of my mind, so it's time for another update. I believe the last one I gave you was the end of crutching season. That was a month ago, a bit more than that. Once October came along, things quieted down a lot. It seemed like my boss was just trying everything he could to keep us busy. He had us walk a group of sheep across several paddocks throughout an entire week, instead of just like trucking them over there or whatever in one day. Everyone's gone from crutching season except for one, that's Peter. We have a new pilot also named Jessie, and it gets very confusing. Peter's mom is the cook now. Holly, my boss's wife, left for the city towards the beginning of October. She's got a baby on the way, so just getting a bit closer to civilization in case anything comes up. We had a kid from a high school for a couple weeks, and then Callum, who's been a station hand here for a whole year, left towards the beginning of the month as well. So it's just me, Peter the pilot, Scott, my boss, and Sharon the cook. And it doesn't sound like we're going to be getting anyone else for a long time. No one wants to work on sheep stations, just cattle stations. That's what the HR office told him. We have the big boss coming here, my boss's boss, at the end of the month, just to check up on things. Last time he was here, things did not go so well from what I heard. So Scott's been desperately trying to get this place in tip-top shape for him. And of course that means more endless days of work. I did my calculations today. In my entire time here, I've only had 9 days off over the course of almost 4 months now. That's kind of sad. And they're all grouped up. My first streak was 10 days of work in a row, then 46 days, then I think 15 days. Now I'm counting up the days till the next day off. It's already been 12 days since the last day off. I have made plans for what I'm doing next. I'll be leaving here on December 15th, roll into Adelaide on the morning of the 16th, spend a few days in Adelaide, and then a road trip across from Adelaide to Melbourne, across the south coast. And that'll take a few days. And then from there, I'm going to go out west for Christmas. The pilot and his wife, the last pilot we had, they invited me over for Christmas, so I'll be spending it with them. And then back over the East Coast for New Year's with Caitlin. From what I've heard, I may not get another station job until late January, so that's going to be a stressful couple of weeks. I don't know where I'm going next yet in terms of stations. And that will take me all the way to the beginning of June, and then I'll do a few more touristy things and then head back home. Right now, I'm waiting for a transportation service to pick up that generator right there. It's very windy outside. It's been 2 days that we've been waiting for them to come. They don't give a specific time, although after waiting for 2 hours yesterday, we were told that they weren't going to be here yesterday and they're coming today instead. And I've been here for 5 hours now, since noon, and they still haven't shown up. I really hope they get here soon, or I hope that I'm allowed to go back for dinner. There's no internet out here. I played my crappy iPhone games for a little bit till they got boring, which happened pretty quickly. Took a couple snoozes. I'm so glad that I threw a headrest into this ute a while back, because they generally don't use the headrest because the cowboy hats, the hard-brimmed ones, they like bang against the headrest. I believe I broke my pinky. It's still quite large, puffy. Happened about half a month ago. I had a rough couple of weeks. I sprained my wrist and strained my ankle, and then I got my leg pinned between the dirt bike and a tree not too long ago. So it was a rough couple of weeks, hobbling around in moderate pain. I am now officially the ranking Jumbuck employee here, so I've kind of been tapping into my control freak attributes. I'm not sure how the other guys are taking it. They seem to be obedient so far, but what I'm really struggling with now is Scott, my boss. I'm about as big of a target to him as I was to the Crutchers. Like, he criticizes everything I do. Like, if we're working in the yards, I'll purposely stay as far away from him as possible. And anytime I make a suggestion, he just turns the other cheek and says no. And then once his idea doesn't work, then he does my suggestion without any thanks or anything like that. So I'm getting really frustrated with him, but I've only got, I don't know, about 25 days or so left here at this point. I'm not sure if the big boss does interviews with us just to see how Scott's doing, because that's kind of the whole thing. It's like a review session for the manager. When the big boss comes around, he goes station to station for a few days each. There's definitely some violation of contracts going, both the cook and the pilot. Their employment contract is 5 days on, 2 days off, and that hasn't happened yet, and so they're getting a little fussy about that. I don't think my contract specifies how many days I work, unless there's a subsection that buried somewhere, because I read it the other night just to check, and it didn't say anything of the such. things are warming up. I'm starting to regret my decision to grow my hair out the entire time I'm here. Bugs are coming out to play. The mosquitoes are so bad. The ants are absolutely brutal. When I was recording that video of the spiders yesterday, it got cut short because I just had like a dozen ants crawling up my legs, biting away at me. And with all the bugs comes more lizards, which comes with more snakes. I've seen 2 lately, plus tracks of others. There's a lot of bugs getting into my room now, and I set up some ant traps the other day. So my last day is going to be December 14th of working, and then all day the 15th I'm just going to be cleaning up stuff, packing, that sort of thing. I made a list earlier today of things to do, and it probably won't take all day, so there may be some boredom involved in terms of occupying myself with TV shows and stuff. I don't have many options right now. I might have to subscribe to Disney Plus. I guess that's what I'll do once everything's cleaned and packed on the 15th. But yeah, once I get to the city, I want to get a massage. I want to go to the clubs. Maybe do some karaoke. I've got a list of food that I want to get that I've missed dearly. I can't do eggs and bacon anymore. I'm so sick of them. Can't do deli sandwiches anymore. I'm getting real sick of those. Fortunately, there's peanut butter and jelly, which for some reason I never get sick of. They also have, as Australians, like popular breakfast dish is beans on toast or spaghetti on toast, like baked beans, and just toast, butter, beans, and I call it depression food because it's depressing. The cook made spaghetti on toast this morning, but I did not have any. I just couldn't do it. Other than that, she's been the best cook so far. Like I said, 2 cooks quit while the Crutchers were here, and then there was Holly, Scott's wife. She's probably the second best cook. Yeah, Pete's mom does it the best. That's about all I can think of for an update.
1 hour later.
I'm still bored. There's still no truck. So let me introduce you to the spot tracker in my belt video. So it's the part that goes in the back there. And this is it. It's a little GPS thing. Now you turn it on, wait for the lights to light up. All green, that means you get full signal. And then you have a few options. You have, I have injured myself and I need help. Broken down and I need help. That's just a map sort of setting, tracks your location. And then I'm okay just running late. That's basically what that button is for. This button here, the SOS button, it highly advises not to ever press that unless it's absolutely life-threatening. I don't know what happens. Maybe the frickin' Air Force is called or something. Who knows? But it's obviously going to be something pretty extreme. And you can see it's been very worn down over the years. Who knows how old these things are and how many people they've been passed along to. Because we all return them when we're done.